Protesters descending on the home of the Los Angeles health boss, angry over yet more restrictions being put in place in Southern California. This, as an LA County Supervisor dined out in Santa Monica just hours after voting to ban outdoor dining. The hypocrisy is overwhelming and continues. And all of this on the heels of the major flip-flop from New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio, now saying some schools will reopen next week. Joining me now is Republican Congressman Lance Gooden of Texas. Good to see you, Congressman. Thanks for coming in. You know, a lot of Americans are beginning to feel like we are being governed by an unaccountable group. I mean, we now have this woman from L.A. She reminds me of Marie Antoinette, you know, let them eat cake. While I'm having a full course meal here. When will there be political accountability? We are not in an unaccountable government. We are supposed to have representatives who are accountable to our interests and who don't countermand their own rules. When will they, people like this woman, be held accountable?
Well, the answer is I don't know, but I'll tell you, with respect to her, before that vote was taken, she specifically said that servers are not safe, and that's why she's voting to ban this outdoor dining. And then a few hours later, she goes out, and what she does is says that either A, she doesn't believe in the words she just said, and this whole thing is a game to her, or B, and this is actually worse, she doesn't care. Because if she really thinks that servers are unsafe, for her to go to a restaurant right after that says that she doesn't care about the health and safety of the people she claimed to. The hypocrisy is outrageous. I think even in liberal places like California, the citizens are sick of it. In New York as well. But, you know, as elected officials, we're held to a higher standard. We have to practice what we preach.
Of course you are. And you know, there was one politician, forgive me, but there was one politician who saw through all this about 4 years ago, and he wasn't a career politician, and he became the president of the United States. And you see this strong red wave that happened in the election a couple of weeks ago. A lot of people are wondering, gee, the guy who really championed the idea of holding these career politicians accountable, why didn't he join in the red wave? That's why I think a lot of people are upset at this election and the results and the certifications that are coming in.
That's right. In my district especially, you know, we're upset. We see the fraud around the country. We want that investigated. We want that stopped. Because, you know, if you lose an election and it's fair, that's one thing. You say, you know, we'll pick up the pieces, we'll come back in 2 or 4 years and we'll make it right. But if the game is not fair and the deck is stacked against you, then you throw your hands up and say, what do we do? And that's some of the frustration I see in places like Georgia, where we have the Senate runoff coming up. We want Republicans to be engaged, but they're rightfully frustrated and disappointed and don't have faith in the system.
Congressman, very quick final question. If Donald Trump does announce a run for the presidency in 2024, of course, he would first have to concede, and that's not a sure thing. But if he does announce a run for 2024, will you endorse him?
Oh, he already has my endorsement, and he knows that. So I hope he runs, and I suspect that he will win. And I will work as hard as I possibly can over the next 4 years to campaign for him and make sure he is our next president.
Congressman Lance Gooden of Texas, thank you, sir. Appreciate you coming in.
Thank you.